When I first became involved with the Co-Roundtable a number of years ago now, and I was working on this idea for a book about our Co-Roundtable principles, and people said, well, one good friend said, call it moral capitalism. So it's moral capitalism. I focused on the thought that social and human capitals were at least as important, or maybe more important, than financial capital. Because if you have the right kind of human capital, the right culture, the right decision-making process, you'll probably be profitable. You probably won't alienate your customers. You'll take care of your employees. You won't do illicit, illegal things. You won't do stupid things. But that was just kind of a hunch or feeling on my part. Now, there's a recent report by some academics which lends some credence to the relationship between human capital, if you will, and better performance. And so there were three academics who studied the Gallup survey data. Gallup, as a business, does surveys of employees all over the world every year, asking them, are you happy with your job, and are you engaged, and things like that. And so there's data on about 1,880,000 employees. And these academics looked at all those survey responses from about 300 companies and correlated them to other different measurements of company outcomes. For example, profit, turnover of employees, engagement of employees, customer loyalty, productivity. And what they found was, in effect, a positive correlation between employee satisfaction, or sometimes they call it well-being, and good outcomes for a company. So, for example, customer loyalty. Engaged employees correlates with more customer loyalty. Engaged employees correlates with more productivity, i.e. more work, more output of the company for people for the same number of workers. And also the downside. High employee engagement means lower turnover. So you don't have to retrain people, you don't have to hire people, you maintain morale, you maintain the good teamwork relationships. Now the correlations are not, absolutely fantastic. For example, like 0.3 as opposed to 0.1. So this data is not saying that absolutely as a matter of cause, A causes B. What it is indicating is that a human capital factor is positively related to more financial outcomes, in particular profits. Employee engagement is up, profits are up. So this gives us reason to believe that we ought to keep track, everybody, investors, managers, owners, boards of directors, of human capital and social capital. But how do you keep track of it? Employee attitudes, employee well-being is not on your profit and loss statement. The only thing that shows up there is the cost to you as a company of their salaries. And a lot of people think, well, that's a cost. If I lower my cost, my profit goes up. That's true mathematically. But if you lower your costs and you end up with a less engaged workforce, that might reduce your profits more than you expect. And if you turn to the balance sheet, where in a balance sheet does your employee human capital show as an asset? It's got your real estate, it's got your bank balances, it's got all these cash equivalents that you account for, but it doesn't show a dollar amount of the working people you have as to how much they're worth today because they're earning you all these profits in the future. No workers, no product, no profit. So we really need to think about employees as an asset and how we show this maybe on the balance sheet.